In terms of like the comparison, like I don't know, yeah, you're not too far along in Mobile Legends yet, so you don't really know the meta. So
No.
briefly, a quick breakdown of it is everyone in Mobile Legends basically does 2-2-1. You have one solo laner, you have two people in the mid lane, and two people, and then the tank and the marksman down in the bot lane.
So top is solo, mid is two,
Yeah,
and is there someone roaming?
yeah, exactly. That's what the mid lane. There's no jungler in Mobile Legends, so it's like
Yeah.
the mid lane has the jungler role basically. So
Okay.
they in the mid lane invades, and when they invade, then whatever, like, so let's say they invade bottom. That means the tank and the ADC will actually go up and help. So it would be four people in that jungle invading. So that's how it should work. But Mobile Legends players aren't very good, so they don't know that. But
Yeah.
basically, yeah, the mid lane, it's a mid laner and then a support. So either another tank or some type of actual healer or something. So basically, the mid lane roams around early game. You try to get to level 4, and the mid lane's job is just go around assassinating and killing, and they push the game forward, and they help multiple different lanes push the games forward. Then once you get, like, let's say top or bottom tower down, then whoever's in that bottom lane comes and helps you push and take the middle tower down. Then you all just keep pushing like that. It's just constant rotations and roaming the entire game.
Yeah, it looks a little faster from what I've seen, which makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. That's the one thing that I know my friend didn't like about it. He said, like, in League of Legends, it's like everybody kind of just stays in their lane except for the jungler, and after, like, I think when the first tower goes down, that's when you all start having some type of rotations or something, is what he said.
So, okay, the way it plays right now is game will normally run. Okay, if we don't worry too much about the actual time, like minutes and seconds, it plays kind of like this. Like, you've got bot lane normally will break tower first, unless mid or top is just fucking running, right? Like, unless they're just owning the solo lanes, right? Because you know how League is, right? There's obviously a jungle, there's top, mid, and bottom, right? Like, you're familiar. So normally what's going to happen is bot's going to break their tower first unless there's a huge mismatch in the other lanes. And the ideal scenario in the game of League, or I guess I should say the normal scenario, is bot tower is going to fall one side or the other, and then the bot lane's going to rotate either the top or mid. So sort of similar to what you're saying.
Okay.
Like, they're going to rotate off, and then that solo lane normally will swap. Since it's a longer rotation, like, going from bot to top, like, if you were a top laner and you show up in top lane and you never saw your opponent leave, and now the fed bot lane is just in your lane, you can't really do anything, if that makes sense. Like, the support's going to have to, like, run all the way across the map, or the jungler's going to have to run all the way to top to kind of, like, block that siege. If they don't do it fast enough, then you lose another tower, right? Yeah. So it's kind of it's very similar to what you're saying, except instead of, like, really tight, like, roams from, like, 2 or 3 people all over the map, people tend to just kind of compartmentalize a bit more and just kind of, like, stay stationary in their lanes for a bit longer until those towers fall. Once the towers fall, generally from, like, fucking iron to plat, it's a ARAM in mid. Like, in my opinion. Everyone just kind of goes mid and they just kind of 5v5. And the people that tend to do really well in League, in my experience, if you farmed well and you don't die, like, in lane phase, then you can ARAM fine. Or if you're, like, a top laner or, like, an advanced player, you'll just kind of split push most of the game, which is what I do a lot of my videos, like, what I advocate for, because everyone just kind of sits mid and ARAMs normally after the lane phase goes. Like, after the towers start falling, everyone just kind of grabs waves whenever, but then just sits in mid, is how it normally plays in League, in my experience. And I think that's just because the way that the game plays out, like with the dragon and the baron, you can't venture too far to a side lane, because then something will spawn on the other side of the map and you'll be stuck.
Yeah.
Right. Or if someone pushes the other side lane too deep, then you're stuck in a corner, because the map's obviously bigger than Mobile Legends, right? Like, if someone starts pushing bottom, you can kind of just back and block it immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a little different, I think. So yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Do you all have any type of like spells or stuff like Arrival? I know in Mobile Legends the meta right now is Arrival spell.
Hold on a second. Let me look at your spell list because we do.
And that's basically where you like.
Yeah, I was looking at it a little bit.
Yeah, it's very good right now.
Okay, Arrival's teleport basically, right? Let me see.
Yeah, and when you teleport on something, like if it's a minion, they can't kill the minion. If it's a tower, they can't kill the tower.
Oh, they can't kill the tower.
Nope. As long as you're teleporting on it, like they can't do damage to it at all. Then once you're there, they can deal damage, but you stop them basically.
That's different than League then. So the minions you can't kill in League. The tower you can kill.
Oh, so you can kill the tower when someone is...
So like, yeah, if you teleport late, if you TP too late, and someone's on that tower like sieging it, if they break it, then that you basically just wasted teleport essentially.
Oh,
that's how it goes. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so that is different, yeah. Because
that's
how
the minion is safe though. The minion's safe. You can TP to that. They can't kill it. So like, just literally, you would just TP to like a ward or a minion if it's close. You know what I mean? You just wouldn't risk it. I'm looking through the spells right now. Give me a second. Executes plays a lot like Ignite, from what I can tell. Retribution's obviously Smite. Fury, we don't have a Fury equivalent in League.
Fury, okay.
We have like keystones that kind of fill that space, I guess, that niche, where it's like attack speed boost or whatever. It's called lethal tempo, but the keystones are a little different than the spells, and I don't think they're. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think that there's any sort of like keystone type of thing in Mobile Legends, right?
Let
me show you.
It's just like, I know we have like some buffs and stuff you could buy, like kind of 3 buffs you could buy that increases your damage if you're a mage and damage if you're ADC and stuff. So
I want you to go to that page, scroll down. You're gonna see like it's almost like a grid of like different images, like little images, and it says things like precision, domination, sorcery, all that shit.
Let me see.
Just scroll down, and you'll see like all these little pictures with all this different shit.
Oh yeah, I see it. Okay.
Okay, you see at the top it says paths, keystone, slot 1, slot 2, all that shit.
Yep.
The keystone is what I want you looking at.
Okay, keystone.
So these I think are going to be in Wild Rift, I think. But you can see what I'm talking about. There's a lot of stuff going on here. So you have your spells, right? And then you have these keystones, which kind of go a little bit deeper into like specialization. So like press the attack. It's like every 4th, or wait, what is it? Is it 3 attacks? Basically, after your like 3rd attack, you do like bonus damage. So like the 3rd attack will do a bunch of extra damage for you. Lethal tempo will speed up your attack speed. Fleet footwork will give you a little healing and some move speed off of a stacked attack after you move a certain amount. You see what I'm saying? So all these little things they're like nuanced spells. So like when I say there's no sprint, or not sprint, when I say there's no inspire, right? Is that what it is? Yeah, inspire. Yeah. Then there is something equivalent in the keystones, though. And the keystones have a lot of shit too.
Is the keystone like so do you not have passives? Like, so in Mobile Legends, the heroes have passives and the spells have passives. So like the items you put on has passives as well?
Some do, yeah.
So keystones is even different from that. So is this like an item you buy?
This is a keystone. The keystones, just you pick them before you go in. Oh,
okay. Oh, so this is like a rune?
Yes. I think it's a little bit more specialized than like they have runes too. They have like the AD and the MR and the armor. They have a bunch of shit. I don't know how much of this is going to go into Wild Rift because it's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Select. I don't know how much they're going to remove or keep, but I think keystones are kind of like, I think at least keystones will come along. I think. Okay. Maybe more.
Yeah, that's crazy. Mobile Legends definitely doesn't have this then, because this is.
I mean, it's a big part of their game right now. Keystones. They spent a lot of time balancing for them. I don't think they'll just scrap them. I think that you may not have them all, obviously, but I think they're going to have some sort of customization beyond just runes like AP, AD. What they might wind up doing is they might just give everybody flat. I'm speculating right now, by the way. I don't know, right?
Yeah.
But like, I think what they might try to do is, it seems like they got away from the runes at some point when they introduced the keystones like 3-4 years ago or whatever. They got tired of the runes because it felt like there was no real dynamic choice.
Yeah.
So it was like, well, okay, we've got, either you're going to take armor or magic resist, right? So they kind of, they removed that, and they gave all, if you notice, all these choices are a little bit more interesting.
Yeah.
It was their logic, right? So you've got weird shit like fucking Predator, which gives you like boots that move you around the map quicker. Like you can activate your boots and sprint around the map all crazy. Just weird shit that is different than just, oh, I'm gonna just give this guy more armor or whatever. Okay. They all have different trade-offs. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I think they'll bring over the keystones. I don't know if all this other shit will come.
I don't know nobody, so don't ask for no favors. Don't ask for no paper, they leave when you losing. But they coming back later, promise they coming back later. I'm up now, she wanna now. She keeps saying she in love now.